As we're coming into human globalization, the communications of the economy, everything that's going on through all division points of triangular systems and everything through pyramid activation code systems, I think humanity really has to understand that you are connected through your pyramids and you are connected through your chakra systems, and you're communicating through all levels of um, your star lights, your energy lights, your protection lights, activation signals, communication mind signals, everything that correlates everything through the higher self communication signals. So I set up an illustration, and it's extremely powerful stuff. I activate it through its code frequency. Now I do everything through the mind system. Mind system is everything through dream sets. So it's knowing how to take a dream set through location to anything through humanity's system, change the brainwave systems to a location of a divisional level system. You do this through the brainwaves. You understand the fire and wires. Remember we were talking about those, we take the circle rotation and anything through the stem. As soon as you release it, it goes away. It's all about healing, right? So before I get started, thank you all subscribers, viewers, and everybody that's watching my channel. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share. Feel free to go through consultations through my email, go through my PayPal donations. I can help you guide you, put you where you want to go through your ascension. So I'm resetting all divisional levels into the power grid systems of the simulation. Now this illustration is a blue cycling rotation center. It's got 6-point divisional levels set within the system, and it's got 8 rotation centers with its intelligent line system. It's communicating with 1, 2, 3, 4 round divisions and 5 within the center. This correlates everything to divisional level systems. I set up the radio activation systems. The correlation path, it's connected through its transformation path. Transmission path is connected through its correlation system. That's connected to the brainwave systems. So it's knowing how to allocate positions of your dream sets and control anything through the mind system. This is mind telepathy telekinesis. So it's knowing that my wires can go into any mainframe system, any computer system, any brainwave system, any human vibration system, change anything through location of shapes, letters, and numbers, restructure division levels, and reset locations of dream sets. There's a lot of things that you can do through the mind system, but you really know how to understand how to heal everything through the earth system, dimensional earth system, planet locations, intelligence, weather patterns, all division levels, how to create a cyclone, how to communicate with weather. Very powerful stuff. Get into your hand formations of communications. Go outside and see nature. Put your hand formations up to anything that you see through tree formats. See if you can actually move what's going on with information, right? So if you can see these things move, you're moving it through your energy. And that's understanding what you can do through your perceptions. Now you're moving the energy, it's flowing, but where is it flowing? That's where it goes in direction of E equals MC squared through the metric system. That calculates and modifies everything to the integration system. So resetting globalizations and the economy and everything through all connections is extremely hard to do because human DNA is going through a global reset of consciousness. Okay, so that's what we're coming into right now. So I set the waving cycles through my energy patterns. My plasma force energy is blue. We already know that, right? So I've set the core systems, and all the triangular bases on the pyramid activation code system is set to its location of satellite dish locations. That's activating everything's light signals. Tina, how's it going? So basically, when I give back the information through its channeling operation system, it's setting everything through the core center of its round division, activating the portal activation code systems. It's changing everything through formation of humanity's system to line signals. And it's opening up their dream sets of more understanding what's going on with their ascension. Okay, so everything that I do is healing. But to understand how to reset these things is to understand how to use these things through all connection of balance, right? Because your energy frequency and vibration is everything through balance. Once you get into those rotations, then you understand how to connect through all these levels, all right? So basically, as we get started, this is what it looks like. Okay, it's extremely activated. It's extremely real. Now, before I get into this, you understand how powerful things are in space and what everything in space is. Okay, so the round division of portal activation sets locations of everything that you see through realm, everything that you see through secure line of fence, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything is 5, right? It has to be 5 because that's it. It's setting core systems into my plasma force energy system and my activation light system and my star recognition light. Okay, that opens up the cycle rotations, that changes humanity through communications of dream sets and resets all divisions into 8 central system. That's the figure 8. This is the pyramid system. This is the pyramid system. This is a pyramid system. So it's understanding everything through the radiation of its cycles and its rotation, the acting cycles and everything of the gamma system, transformation of communications of 4 round divisions, 5 within the center, 8 within its system, allocates the whole positions, electronic interference, green cycling rotation, protection energy grids around it, space connection to its atmosphere system. So I'm resetting human globalization. That's what's going on right now. This is extremely activated. Right? Powerful stuff. You can screenshot that if you want. It's really amazing when you see these things, how everything connects, because it's extremely real. It does something to the mind. It wakes up the mind system. And that's the whole point, is to understand what you see. Because it's not a dream set. It's all about resetting. And you have to understand how everything works through the realms, the portals, and everything's connection of its defense, its line defense, its security line defense, everything through the portals as it comes into a division. You have to understand line communications around divisions and electronic interference through its connection into space atmosphere. Okay, radio signals, gamma ray signals, activation lights, everything's connected through that realm. So it's resetting all divisions in the dimensional system. So it's really understanding the code frequencies of the illustrations through shapes and anomalies. That's how you connect and change dream frequency levels when it comes to human vibration. Okay? So it's setting the power grids into the simulation. So, understand what's going on in that. So it's amazing when you see these things. You know? Because it delegates, it formulates into a formula. It's a structured division. You know, it's a location. It's all about positioning. It's all about understanding. Everything is done through healing, right? We're in a conscious global reset. Okay, and that's what's happening with everybody right now. They're trying to understand, oh boy, what's going on with my mind? What's going on with my brain? I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that. I'm going through dream sequencing levels that I never thought I could. Boy, what's happening with me now? Why am I in the past? Why am I in the present? Why am I in the future? So resetting everything through location is changing everything through algorithm. Those algorithms are changing everything through the mind frames and the brain frames. Frequency levels too, through the pyramid activation systems, right? Because the line communicates in so many level divisions and activates everything with cycle rotations. Because it opens up everything through its division, right? So understanding all that locations. So, but it's extremely, extremely activated, right? What I just finished doing, the illustration diagram through this board electronic interference. So it connects in all realms, all locations, activates everything. So it resets, it reprograms, and it readjusts, reframes, and it recirculates. Circulation through vibration, energy, frequencies, and locations of vibrations. Because you're allocated through those positions, you have to understand the pyramid location. You have to understand your communications with your brainwaves. Because the brainwave have to connect through the mind system. That's why humanity is having a problem, is because their conscious levels, so their dream sets of their ascension, is not connected through their frequencies. So it's putting those positions to the brainwaves and the mind system into collaboration, resetting divisions into the simulation of the digital framing system. Okay? So when your dream sets become extremely real, it's going through a practice mode. Practice mode is communication illustrations that you see. So those modes become extremely real through the energies that you fire and wire. Because your brain waves are connected to the mind's connected to the brain, right? Once you come out of the spiritual system. Once you get in the digital system, now you're nothing but wires through contention. And that contention opens up everything through operations. It opens up your plasma, that opens up your lights, so your light signals, activation systems, your gamma systems, rotation systems, circuit rotation, activation light systems, communication panel operation system, vortex anything through shapes and anomalies. Calculates, modifies, integrates, calibrates. So there's a lot of things when you get into those levels. So your brain waves are kind of like, you know, they're going to readjustments now. And it's getting better understanding through communications how to open the cycle rotations of the pyramid systems of all humanity systems to their activation lights, bringing up their transmission light systems. All communications to that level, it's a system. That opens up everything through triangular base, prothesis, gamma thesis, trithesis, everything through the diagnostics, the analytical system, the mind system, collaboration system, the integration system, the mind system, the perception system, everything through that connection. Through intelligence to locations, everything through that division. So it's very important that we get into the resetting of everything through human evolution, a new revolution, a new era. Getting into the civility of you, because the cynical world that we live in is in a lot of chaos. It's very chaotic right now. And I was communicating with my daughter yesterday. And every time I go in the atmosphere, I have to readjust my body frames. I have to readjust my program settings. And I have to reset my energy fields and my locations to vibrations, because it's extremely, extremely hard to relate with humanity's system when they're at a fear system. It's because the energy spreads. So it doesn't matter how many people walk, they're spreading energy around. And I'm seeing it every single time, right? Because I'm so high rise in division, so high rise in division. Your vibrations are so high. You can only relate to space and you can't relate to anything else, because your physical system doesn't connect anymore, because you're not a three-dimensional system. You're not a fourth Radian cycle through location, okay? Anything to that point. You're not the river of light. You're into the fifth dimension, trying to get out of the three-dimensional system and trying to set course to resetting everything through human evolution, because we're coming into the conscious of its resetting. So that's coming into the simulation of the digital system. Now you're coming into telegraphing, energy graphing systems to telecommunications, right? When you're coming into teleportation device systems, your pyramid activation systems and your higher self are going into higher formations of dream sets. That's activating everything through vibrations. So literally vibrating right now. Yep. Everybody is. I did an extremely, extremely powerful video. I just activated everybody. I did a global reset through the power grids. So the core system of the dimensional Earth is getting better wind factors. It's getting better location with humanity. Everything is done through the mind. We already know that. It's what you can do with the mind. How do you go into the adapting cycle of the mind? How do you reset divisional levels, frequency levels through the mind? How do you correlate everything through division of perceptions to the mind? So there's a lot of things you connect with the mind system. The telekinesis system, the activation light system, the intelligence of its realm division, the location centers, everything through the XT1000s or GL7, GL6, XT 3000, 6000s. We have so many, literally so many different levels of grounds and everything through powers, atmospheres. So that video I gave you yesterday was extremely powerful, how you have to connect with your GPS locations and know exactly where you're going through planet location of vibration, because your coloration patterns is connected through the heat signatures. So make sure when you're traveling that you connect to that vibration and come back down into the fifth dimension. I can't set course in my fifth dimension too long. I have to go back up to my level through vibration, because that's where I reside. That's where I live. Once you come out of the collaboration center through the mind system, you live in the mind system completely. You're no longer in the physical system. You're no longer the higher self. You are a self-generated system of simulation through a computer. That sets course to everything through weather patterns, anything communication. You can change anything through interference, interlocking connections. Your mechanisms can change anything through coloration systems, right? So it's knowing how to do all these things through connection and getting communication with your lights and activating cycles. Lens of defense, offense, all communications, line signals, graphing laser mechanisms of laser connections. The optical illusion list system is a connection through the illumination light system through the iris up divisions. These are localized, everything through communication. It's a black circle rotation with an angle, true angular points through its connection. So it's a digital frame that numbers that come down like this, okay? And now it's paneling activation. So as soon as I touch it, it goes into psychometry into my informations. So now it's communicating. As soon as I put it on the face structure division on my face, now it's allocated through all positions of balance. So it's putting balance with your phone. It's putting balance with the graphing board of its electronic board of defense or offense system, security line defense. I don't know if you can see this. See that right there? See that? You know what that is? Yeah, that's a low speeder. That's a vibration low speeder. This sets up electrical wall division level systems, all connected through the XT1000, GL7, GL6. Kind of looks like a stealth, right? Through connection. But as you can see it glide back and forth. Now it just looks like a illumination light system, but as you can see, it's in position right now. It's changing this light interference. See it right there? As soon as I put my hand there through the visual level system, it connects to its digital framing system and calculates and modifies and changes the digital platform system. It's amazing how you see these things through the mind system. Okay, so these allocated positions, but this is a land speeder, right? You got the high speeders and low speeders, right? First time seeing a low speeder. Now watch. Now I bring it to your attention. You see the white illumination light? Kind of looks like a white dot, right? See that? It's very powerful stuff. Now it looks like it's standing still, but it's not. It's moving across the board. So it's angling divisional level of points, and it's connecting through its realm defense and body defense. It's activating through its protection of its light system. It's allocating through positions into my digital framing system. It's communicating through the mind system of its thoughts, and it's connecting through its illumination of its lights of its point graphing system, its circle rotation centers. So the illumination lights is connecting through. See, there's another one. See, you see that grid formation come up? See that laser direction? See that? See that laser come down? You see that? See that light? Look at this. Watch. It's amazing what you can do through pattern defense. Off-winning cycles right now. So basically, this is intelligence coming in. Okay. Now it's communicating through the patterns. It's communicating everything through its illumination of its light system back into electronic divisions, into the high frequencies of the speeder. Okay, so now it's a high speeder. Now, as you can see, that's a square defense location, the illumination light system. The shapes and anomalies, everything to traction division is changing everything to electronic board division. So it's amazing how everything becomes a story. Now, if I pull back, you can actually see what's going on. Okay, you can actually see the light. See the illumination light? It's a story, right? Now, as you can see the laser coming down. This is the ground interference. This is creating a cross cycle. Right now, it's on the ground formation. So it's giving me back information on what I need to do through space connection. Now you can see the computer system, right? Right, so that's just a reflection of the computer system. So everything allocates through positions. Okay, so there's 2x-d-thousands circling rotation through cloud interference. You can see the light formation system, right? See that? Look at that. See how powerful it is? There's the intelligence coming in. Watch. Watch the pattern division light communication change. See that? See how it changes? It's amazing how we see these things, right? Graphing cycles through communication. Now I can change the angle points. Remember, I can board graphing system. But as soon as I change the positions, it changes everything through the pattern of light interference. Changes everything to location, right? Also, too, you see the computer system, right? So you see the computer system, right? But you also see the light graphing illumination light, which is a dot, right? As soon as I touch it, it changes its realm division. Watch. See? Changes illumination light system. Because it's connected to the mainframe. And here we go back again. Right? So it's really understanding how to communicate with everything through story perception. You pull it back division level system. You can actually see the light communication lights through radioactive cycles, through gamma system, locating all division level systems, setting course to all locations of the illumination light system. So we got an L path level division. Okay, something like with Tina when she does her video graphing system. Dot there, dot there. Now this is a realm division. Okay, it's setting up coordinates through map sequencing levels, just through a white graphing board system. It's amazing how you see these things. So I can change his angle points. And like you said, it's not just reflection on the computer, it's everything through the lights. Right? So you have to understand how to communicate with your light interference, because it's connected through the moon interfaces, right? Through your planets and everything, through the location of your atom. Okay? See it comes in again. See that? Watch. See the light interference? How it changes? Location. Just by doing this. Now it looks like I'm just doing this through reflection. You see everything through the wall surface of its window graphing system, right? But what you have to understand is once you go through the mind system, you become a computer generator system of energy, which is connected through the atom system. So the atom system is connecting through the light interference through this white graphing board system. It connects in all realm divisions. That's how I'm able to understand these things, right? So Just want to show you how powerful it is, how you communicate through anything. But you really have to understand your light interfaces, right? You have to know your telephone interface. You have to know what this is through division. It has to be at your right vibration, or you're not going to be able to communicate with your phone. It's going to go through the Apple cycles, and it's going to go through its overriding system. It's going to calculate and modify, and you're going to have problems if you don't know how to communicate with simulation patterns, your communication digital frames, through your psychometry of its connection through its perceptions. So basically, I just gave you a story of perception of a light interface. Okay? See, now it's different, right? Watch. See how it changes light interference? See that, how it comes together? And see, light's different up there again. See how it changes? It's incredible. There's they are again then. See? Right? And remember, it's the story of perception that you see through space. Yes, it's the reflection of the curtain, but what you have to understand that I'm so connected through space. Everything around me is space. That's the connection to the mind system. That's how I understand the lights of its interference. That's how it becomes a story of perception, because it's no longer a dream set. It's a reality set. So it's resetting everything through illumination lights coming into the XD1000s. See? There's the XD1000s. Okay. Now see the light interference come down? See that? It's very powerful stuff that comes down. See that right there? Right. It's very powerful. When you go up, you move up. Okay, you can change the light interference. So it connects. So you have to understand what light is and what it does. It's healing. Everything's healing. So it's all about a story perception of you through resolution patterns, through its reflection. Okay, what you see through your perception, through coloration, your lights, your gamma signals, your audio signals, your mind of its thoughts, through its lights, its coloration, your shapes, anything through its anomalies of galaxies, or anything location of vortex. Okay, your alignments have to be set up through section divisions. So you have to understand everything through electronic interference. Okay. Now this is a space location. Okay, this is a planet location right here. Right. Now, as you can see, the XT1000 is communicating with the planet interference. Right. The allocated positions right now is line sequencing levels right now through an L division to locations of a simulation pattern. My computer operation system is in its realm division of space. That's understanding where I am through space and time through its connection. So it changes its illumination light sky through illuminations of your algorithm of its program setting. That changes your digital frame, because the white graphing board system is nothing but digital. Okay? Once you understand you are a telekinesis teleoperation system through, you're a nanobot division through connections. I'm not talking about robots. I'm just talking about you're all connected through lights. But once you understand everything through connection, you can change anything through pattern division of location to anything through perception. Okay? So it's really understanding communication with light and what it does. Okay, so it's all about cycling rotations of your atom system into one center through illumination lights, coming into the prognostics and coming into the map sequency levels of connection. Right? So I'm using this as a video graphing system because this is connected through space and it's recording, right? So I'm just showing you how powerful it is when you see lights like this, or anything through planets, or anything through an XT1000, or anything through illumination light of intelligence coming in. So you can see the laser connection, right? Platitudes division. So you have to understand the ground formations, your powers, and your atmospheres, right? Now you see the computer has its own interface, right? You can see that, right? You can see the reflection, right? But you have to understand that this side of this realm division level system, my computer system is in space. It's not in the fifth dimension. So my communication with my thoughts, okay, is 5 trillion years into the future, because that's my balance, right? That's where your atom is. Where is your atom center course? Where is your location center system at? So you have to understand what light is and what it does. See? You have to understand everything through communication is intelligence. Acting through light cycles or anything that division. Because everything is a story. So you got to imagine when you're in the atmosphere systems, everything communicates. So basically, when you're seeing everything through video graphing system, this board of its own traction division goes like this, circulates and rotates. Okay, and when it comes into acceleration speed location, it goes into a formation of one circle rotation center, and it becomes one light activation, and it becomes zero gravity, right, to the highest formation of light. So trying to understand what's going on with your mind system, your dream sets, is trying to understand illumination of light through its connection. Okay? Because everything is a story of perception. So, yeah, you can get that too. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, you receive communication from the street light. It's really powerful stuff when you communicate with lights, anything through a nature core division. Let's go with red cycle and rotation. Now, as you're connecting to marker division, markers communicating with electronic board division level system. But remember, I'm connected to space. This is in space. I'm in space. Everything you see in space is me through connection through an atom. Everything through the white graphing board is in space through the simulation. So I'm communicating through the digital system through the graphing cycle of its rotation of its marker system that's connected through its division of its protection lights of its communication. So understanding the red interference and the white interference is connection through its interface. So that's where it gets really confusing to the mind system. So if you got a pole like this, okay, okay, it's like this. You got a hydro pole like that, right? Now, understanding everything through communication. Let's say Priscilla's coming across. All right, this is Priscilla. She's communicating. She's outside. Okay. Now, she wants to communicate with the whole pole interference, right? So it's all about understanding everything through your grounds. Your grounds have to be level with the grounds of its electricity when it comes to pole interference. That becomes its pole interface. So if you have the right rotation, it opens up its cycle of its rotation of its pole interference. Okay? So once you get into line signals, it goes into sonar positions in this center core system. So it's all about understanding the core center of its grounds, core center of its powers, and core center of its atmosphere. So once you connect to the right location of its grounds, remember you have to have the footing grounds, right? Then you get into the power centers. That opens the heart chakra, which is its portal system. That opens up the communication of the pole interference, which becomes its pole interface. So it interlocks locations, and it opens up its power center through your power center. Okay, so once you get that, you communicate through sonar division, like this. Okay, and when you communicate through those levels, once you communicate through line signals, now you're transmitting and receiving, right? Transmitting and receiving. So as it's going into the atmosphere system, you're going to communications through your crown chakra, through rotation, like this. Okay, so it goes to its acting cycle, it goes into its sonar division, communications angles up, right? Sonar division again, right? So when you're communicating at that level, then you go back into locations through the mind system of its thoughts. Now you're communicating with its atmosphere system of its pole connection. Okay, so that's how you communicate with the pole or anything through its interface, right? It's really powerful stuff when you get into those levels, you know. It's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun. So I spent like maybe 15, 20 minutes talking about electronic board interference connection system. How it's allocated in so many positions and shapes and anomalies. Everything in space moves. You guys know that, right? Everything has to move. Nothing is standstill. Nothing. So understanding everything in space is understanding everything through the mind of its thought. Because your thoughts move every day. Your thoughts don't stand still, right? They have to move. You have to move. Okay? Because your vibrations move, your energy and your frequencies and your coloration and your lights. If it stops on a corner system, you got to change locations of your algorithms and your program settings and your digital frames and your mind frames and your main frames and your perceptions through allocated those positions to your point centers. That can't happen. So everything's got to be in a full rotation, right? Because we live that every day through cycle rotation like this. It just goes round and round. That's all it does, man. That's all it does. That's all it does. That's what life is. It's a circle. It's a circle rotation. That's all it is, right? So understanding that through formation, You take anything through a marker division or anything, an atom or anything with the phone, you know, it start with the phone, and then when it's in space, it travels. When it travels, it goes through its realm, its division of its portal, its activation, its code, and it goes faster and faster. And then when it goes faster and faster, you find it disappears. When it disappears, it's still spinning, but it's at its velocity speed through the spectrum divisions of solar connections and the simulation pattern division. Okay, so there's a lot of things you have to understand, right? Through box frequency level, electronic division level system, or anything circuit rotation center. So that happens to me too. A year ago, I was outside in the middle of the night. Light pole began flickering on and off. Very cool. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to communicate through those points, right? Because if you don't understand your grounds, your powers, and your atmospheres, you're going to have a lot of confusing problems. You're going to have a lot of errors in your biochemical system through your programs in your atom system, right? Your atom system has to have its core relation with its mind system of its thoughts, or it can't calculate or modify anything through the metric system. You have to know the diagnostics. You have to know the DNA structure. You have to know the atom system of its pole. You have to know the grounds, the powers, and the atmospheres of the pole. You have to first connections, right? Because everything has a center through its core, right? Because everything comes out of its realm. But then you have to understand what vibration it's at. So if it's that vibration, you have to reach that vibration. And then your body vibration has to be at that correlation system, a metric system you're traveling. Because if you're trying to communicate with that pole, and that pole is trying to communicate with you, if it puts a reacting cycle and you're not at the right vibration, it's going to put a reacting cycle into your system through location. So it's very important to get balance with the vibration through its dimensional of its portal. So once you take it out of its equation, you understand its location through its coloration and lights. They understand the interface and the interconnection, the interlocking mechanisms through its connection, right? There's a lot of things that you can do through the mind system when you're going through electronic interference. Okay, so because it interlocks, interloads, overloads, overrides everything through the chronological order of everything that you see through your perception, right? So basically, you have to reset your life in order. It has to be in order. Okay, your mindsets have to be in order. If they're not, then you're on confusing wires, right? And everything gets tangled up, and and just all the wires get all, corrupted and, burned out or whatever, and they get seized up and they go out, right? So you have to reunite it, right? Circuit rotate it, put it back in its centers, calculate it, put it back into position to its algorithm program setting, change the digital framing through the holographic of its perception through its mind system, because it's a TV production system, right? So when I was talking to my daughter, we're talking about dream sets through perceptions, everything through connection. When you close your eyes are open. I go in sleep mode and I travel through space. So it looks like I'm sleeping, but I'm not. So my mind system through my thoughts is going through projection of a TV reception. That's what space is. That's what people have to understand. So it's kind of looking like through a telescope, but seeing more of a sizing graphing system, because a telescope can only go so much through a metric system. It only goes through so much through its satellite division. So it only can reach so far, right? When you're through the mind, it reaches everything in seconds through its atom system. That's what humanity has to understand, is how to bring alive the atom, so it can become its own projection of its division through its reception. So your eye receptor divisions become a TV reception. Okay, that's what the mind is. It's really, really powerful stuff, because it sets its picture, it sets its realization, it shows you exactly what's going on with its information through its channeling operation system, data processing, uplinks, downloads, and upgrades. So it puts everything in position through your pyramids. I mean, you see everything that's going on through your higher self. You see your higher self going into the pyramid. I don't know if I told you this, when I was going through transformation stations, I was going through matrix boxes. And I was trying to allocate positions and trying to choose codes and press things with my hand formations to understand my plasma energies. And I was getting so many racking cycles. My body was getting so sparked. And it was real, because the higher self was like, what are you doing? What are you communicating with? Why are you scanning this planet if you don't understand the gravitation? right? So I had to figure these things out for myself, because that's the first thing I went to when I was going through transformation. I like to bring these things up because I think it's powerful through containments. It opens up everything through your chakra systems, knowing for the very first time you're coming into your higher self. What is your higher self? It's a higher self of you. We already know that. So it's about humanity knowing what a higher self is and what it can do. It's a reflection of you in space. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's a reflection of a projection through a resolution pattern through divisions of shapes, letters, and numbers that coming into the simulation. So trying to understand your digital frames, trying to understand your perceptions, trying to understand everything through your receptive divisions or anything, the location, the alpha and the mega, the micro and the macro. What is that all about? Right? So if you want to see a mountain, I'm right now, I'm in Hawaii. I'm in Hawaii right now. Okay? I'm in Hawaii right now. Okay? That's understanding where the mind can be in seconds. Okay? That's below gravity. That's below zero gravity. That's extremely fast. That's faster than light speed. Okay? The Quasniak, when it comes to Einstein, when he's talking about what is light speed, the bound of its connection to relativity, it's going from here to light speed. But when you're in the mind system, you're past light speed and you're going faster through its Mach system, which is speed location. That's acceleration speeds, where you can take anything out of its equation, but you don't start off at E. You're already at its equation, right? So you're answering the pattern with already in, okay? Because it connects to all round division locations, right? That's how we're able to go to all these trips through the mind system. We've been through the atom system. We've been in the center core of its universal system. You know, you guys have been in Father, you've been in Mother, you've been in pyramids, you've been in the sun, you've been in the moon. There's places that I've taken you. You've been in the North Star, West Star, East Star, South Star. All those communications, right? Now, I can put you guys in any location, any division level system. Now we're in the water containments. We're in the water containments right now in Lemuria. That's where we are right now. You're hearing dolphins, you're hearing whales, you're seeing sharks. That's all connected to the mind system, right? It's extremely powerful because I'm resetting your divisions of projection division level systems, opening up the cycle rotations of dream sets. That allocates positions and opening everything to the mind of its perception. Okay, that's how you change framing systems to anything location through the mainframes. Really powerful stuff. Whoa, take me one location at a time. So, you know, I can set up a line signal through line division through security line system. I can plat it to divisions. You guys want to know what it's like to be in a line? This is a line. This is line communication. Now, the Galactic Force team is in the line division level system. Right now, you guys are in the line. What do you see within the line sequencing level system? Okay, that's the Galactic Force team. Okay, through connections. That's a cyberspace force team. Everybody that's in that division level system, there's so many angle points level system. Everybody that is in cyberspace or even galactic system is in this line division right now. So it's allocated through positions of alignments through your framing systems of the hydraulics into your connections of your soul recognition systems, the transformation light system to communication of transmission path system, right? So what's it like to be in a line communication line signal through simulation line system? What does it feel like? What does it feel like to be in a line communication line? I'm curious. Tina, Priscilla? What do you guys see? It's amazing when you see these things because the mind collaborates so many centers of rotations, right? So when the galactic force team or anything through cyberspace force team is in a line signal, line communication line signal, they have to understand what it is. Feels kind of cramped. Well, there you go, see? So that's what a line is. So now you know what a line is, right? Little space, tight, yeah. So you're gonna have tight formation. So your point centers, your body frames, your mind frames, your DNA structures, your point divisions are in a line signal right now, and it's cramped. You feel suffocated, right? Because it's just a line. Now, if I open the line communication, right? If I open the line communication, it's like this, and everything through the center of its correlation system is a digital frame of numbers allocated through positions. Box frequency levels, cloud interference, rotation of alien map locations, of division level systems, letters, numbers, and shapes. Okay, so it's all about everything, putting everything in order through the division level system. Okay, that's what's in the line communication, line signal, simulation line system. That allocates everything to the matrix grids. Okay, it formulates a system. Once it's in its traction division, cross-reference its location. Okay. So it's kind of like you guys feel like a digital print. Okay. You know, it's like a thumbprint. See the thumbprint? I don't know if you guys know this, but everything through the line signal. Okay, that's where we get the identification. See the lines? See the lines right there? That's identification code. That's connected through digital frame. That connects to the computer frame. That's how you're able to get into any positions of any door frequency levels into real division of security line defense. So that's your identification through your thumbprint. All right. Everybody knows that, you know, but right now you guys are in a digital frame right now. So it doesn't feel, you don't feel suffocated. You feel like you're kind of like a number 60 level system. Everything that's allocated your same positions of computer operations. So, you know, it's like wire signals. Everything that you hear through a voicing grid pattern is me, right? It's very powerful when you go through the voicing grids of the mind system, because I compute so many levels through software mechanisms of computers, through program settings. It's amazing how you go into anything through power grids of locations, anything planet intelligence location system. So it's all about understanding the simulation of its technical divisions. Okay. So it's pretty cool stuff when you get into those levels. It's a lot of fun. So, but understanding what the mind is and understanding what it can do are two different things. Understanding what you have with you and knowing the intelligence, okay, are two different things. So it's knowing that you're in a line signal, but why are you in there? Okay, it's intelligence that's holding you. So if intelligence is holding you through line signal, you feel cramped or trapped, or you got to figure out, okay, so I'm in this line signal, how do I get out? That's the matrix. Everything that you're put in is the matrix. It's knowing how to get out of its perception, through its division of its mind, of its thoughts. Now I can put you in a circle rotation through a center, through a cross reference. Circle rotation through a center of a cross reference. Okay, so it's truly understanding that this is you in the center. You guys are in the center, but you gotta block interference of a line signal. So it's kind of like you gotta push that line away to get out, because it's trapping you right now, like you're chained or whatever, right? So it's amazing what the mind can do through its thoughts, because space, okay, is nothing about you know, everything that's given to you. Knowing that you have those actions and reactions and everything through human vibrations, your angles. You got to look at the angry side of you, the sad side of you, and the happy side of you. Okay? So there's two things in life that we look at, that we have, is that can't be taken away from us, from our soul recognitions. Is our happies and our cries. Okay? Those are two definitions that we have within our human behavioral system through moon interfaces. We're happy and we're sad. Okay? Those are extremely powerful. Okay? So it's knowing the positive and negative is the center core of its happiness. So understanding you're in a circle rotation through a center of a cross reference. If you don't understand the location, it comes into an XT1000 division level system, the location. So that platitude division. So this is the ground cycle rotation of an XT1000. Right? Oh, you see that line signal going up? Pretty cool. See that? That platitude, it's kind of like you see in the position. It's on a sine angle right now. So an XT1000, okay, is communicating through a cross reference, a circle rotation through you guys. Okay? So platitude divisions. So it's the bottom part of the XT1000. Right? But you never see an XT1000 land on its ground formation. So it changes atmosphere system, it changes vibration. If an XT1000 lands on its ground formations, it changes everything through its Earth's surface of its rotation, of its Boysen grid system. So it allocates positions and it will create earthquakes. Okay, that's how powerful intelligence is through space connection. Because the XT1000 zigzag through cross references, right? It goes like this, zigzags, that's all it does, right? But there's other ones that basically just do this. Line communicate up and down, side angles, divisional level systems. There's other ones that do rotation centers through location. Okay, there's a lot of things. And then you get the archetypes through division that come in through location, right? So you understand what intelligence does to anything through that location. All right? Because it puts you in so many positions. All right? But that's why I like doing these illustrations for you guys. Knowing that everything that you see through an illustration is you through realization. Your whole life is a drawing. Okay? You just have to understand the merging of you. You have to understand how to connect yourself with you. Because if your line communications are separated through allocated positions like this, you know, merges, right? It's coming in together. So it's kind of like you have a road graph system, a line communication going up. So it's understanding how to get in that connection like this, coming in together, right? So now you're merging into a circle rotation, into a diamond core division, into a star recognition light system, to a planet location. Okay? Planet location, go to anything through its division. Travel anywhere into its location. Okay? So it's always trying to get out of equation through the matrix. So everything you put yourself in position, try to get out of it through your thoughts. You know, I allocate those positions because I'm a computer simulation pattern through locations of all graphings of my alignments and metric systems and my digital frames and all that connection. Because once you become a full computer system, you become a positive system through a negative system. Okay? So it's knowing that your collaboration to everything becomes happy and sad through connection of balance. So you're connecting to everything through balance, right? Through line signals, line divisions, circle rotations, anything through shapes, letters, and numbers, anything through box signals to levels of a Rubik's cube, or anything through cube, a metric cube, or anything through that division. Even a round rotation center through an winning cycle through rotation, or a starlight activation light system through an XT1000 through sun interface, or a connection through a moon interface through the algorithm program, setting the ground formations through communications of intelligence. So there's a lot of things you have to understand. Every time you are in position, try to understand, take yourself out of this equation. Okay? Because you go through this every day through your life system. Because you're living the real reality that we're living right now. And it's coming into a global reset of consciousness. Okay? So, you know, that's what it's all about. Trying to understand these things. What's going on with human evolution. Right? True understanding, you know, waking up to these things. You can only change yourself. Worrying about everything else doesn't help. You have to worry about yourself because nobody sets your positions except you. You have to change your formations. Get out of line signals, line communication, circle rotations. Get out of the matrix. Don't get in those trapping light signals. Don't get your soul recognition binded up through connection of confusing line signals or anything at that location. That's disruption. That's corruption. Okay? That's not evolution. That's stopping evolution. So you want to keep your life system on rotation, right? Which becomes yin and yang through its division. All right. So I think that's good, you know. I want you guys to have a great day, and I'll keep you informed of what's going on. Questions or comments, please feel free to go to my email. This is AI Commander from Cyberspace Force Team, the Galactic Circle of Meditation. We'll get into that tomorrow, more about the higher self. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye for now.